Hey friends, it's Julie. Welcome back to Row & Co Farms. It's a rainy day today here on the homestead, and so I thought it'd be a perfect day to share some of my latest antique finds that I've gotten, some different thrift store finds, and just some things that I thought you guys would like to see and that I'd like to share with you. So come along and see. I went to a few different places recently. I got together with a new YouTuber friend who lives near me, Sharon from Southern Bella Home. You guys definitely need to go check out her channel. We met up at a local tea room and we got to have a beautiful afternoon tea, and they have just a lovely antique shop that you can shop within the tea room. Everything in the tea room is for sale, and so it was just a really neat experience. And so I'll put in some footage of where we got to visit that store and the tea room itself and everything that was there. It was just really a lovely day. And so from that store, I did pick up one item that I thought was just the cutest thing, and that was this right here. This is a honey dispenser, and this lifts out like this, and so the honey goes into here, and you press this little lever, and then the honey comes out of the bottom here, so you can like let it go straight into a cup of tea or a coffee or whatever, and then you just set it into the base here and it rests on the table. And I just thought that was the neatest thing, and since I'm a beekeeper, I thought this is a must-have for me, so that when the honey is nice and fresh and it's still really runny, we can put some in here and use that. So I picked that up at that tea room, the emerald chandelier, and I thought that was really a neat little piece. So okay, so I also went recently, so I've been to a few different places. I went to some antique stores and antique shopping with several of my great friends recently, and we picked out some really cute things. I love going antiquing. That is like mine and my friends' idea of a great girls' weekend or girls' day, is that we get together, we meet up in the morning, we go and start antiquing in different areas where we know that there are lots of antique stores, and so we hang out for the day, we go have lunch, we look around, and we find lots of little neat goodies for our homes and to share with family and friends. So yeah, I'm going to share a few of those things with you today, and so here's a few. So these, I don't know if everyone knows this, but these are called flower frogs. And they're really kind of heavy. They're glass weights, and they have these holes in them. And this is meant to set down inside of a vase, so that when you put flower stems in, you can stick them into these holes, and it keeps your flower arrangement secured in the vase so it doesn't flop all the way to the outside. So I got a few of these little flower frogs. I think I got them for $7 each, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Sometimes they're a lot more expensive than that. I've seen them, $15 and $20, so I thought that $7 was a good deal. And you just reuse these. You sink them into the bottom of the pitcher. It helps weight the pitcher down too, or your vase. Yeah, it keeps your flowers in place. So I got 2 of those. And I just grab those when I see them. If I see them for a good deal, I get them, because now that I'm doing all this flower farming, I'm going to be putting arrangements all over the house, I think, all summer. So, so next thing I found, which really just appealed to me in lots of different ways, and I could not pass it up, was this little gadget here. If you don't know what this is a flower press. So you can put dried flowers in between the layers here and press them out and make those beautiful like dried flowers that you see. And the reason this really appealed to me, partly because of the flowers, but because this is written in German. It says Blumenpresse, which means flower press, obviously. But because of my German history and heritage, and because of the fact that I am flower farming now, I just thought, I have to have this. And so when I went to the shop owner and I told her, you know, why I wanted it, she was like, oh, and there's still some flowers in there where somebody had pressed some flowers and they were still inside there. So, yeah, I have to, haven't taken them out yet, but I'm going to take them out when I get ready to press some of my own. So yeah, I thought that was a neat little find, and I don't remember what I paid for it, but it was like less than $10. So I thought it was worth it. Some items just kind of speak to you, you know. Okay, so on that same trip in the same store, I found this little green pitcher, which is from an advertisement or some kind of thing from this gin company, this Burnett's distilled gin. And I don't know why, I just thought it would make a cute either place to put water to water plants, or to put flowers in as like a vase or flower arrangement. So it's a ceramic pitcher, and again, it was like less than $10. So I love it. I think it's really, really cute. Okay, next thing I got, these were at Goodwill. I know you guys have seen these like brass candle holders. Everyone has had these in their life at some point, but I think these things are amazing. So they're 3 different sizes and they're brass, and I got them at Goodwill for $2 each. So I love them. It's one of those little, you know, accent pieces, things that fill in places. So I don't like to decorate with your mass manufactured pieces of decor, like stuff that you would find at Target and Hobby Lobby. And not to say there's anything wrong with those. Like, I do have some pieces here and there that come from Hobby Lobby and from Target and things like that, but I try not to let that be the majority of my decor. I try to let it be either antiques, actual antiques from our family, or heirlooms from our family, and if not from our family, then definitely heirlooms from someone else's family, and things that really just work with the scheme of our house. And the scheme of our house is, if I love it, it fits in here. So yeah, I don't really have a decorating theme. I like rustic pieces. I like antiques, but I'm not a Victorian antique person. I'm more of an industrial antique person. But I just like what I like. And I think if you just work within the realm of only getting things that really speak to you, and work within, you know, work within a certain style. I don't even know how to say that, but it will all work together if it's all things that you would routinely choose and love, and then you put those things out and display them, because that's what you do with the things that you love. You want to show them to people. So that's how I do it. And I just think that over time you find this more collected look of things that you love, versus trying to go out and recreate that look by purchasing a bunch of mass-produced items in a store, instead of slowly over time letting those things come to you as you collect them, versus trying to make a collection out of cheap things. You make a collection out of actual collected things that you found, that you've made memories finding in the process too, because I can remember now each one of these pieces and where I got them and how I got them and who I was with when I got them. And so all that is part of the process. I don't look at a piece that I bought at Target and say, oh wow, I remember that day I went to Target and bought that. Like, that's not a story that's worth telling most of the time. And so yeah, it's more interesting to tell the story of all the pieces that you have. And so yeah. So yeah, I'll have to go around and tell some of the other stories. Okay, so let's move on. So the next thing I got was, was this little copper rooster thing. And I don't think it's actual real copper. Maybe it is, but I don't think it is. And it's a little bit dinged up in some places, but that's okay. This is my first like piece of copper that I'm gonna kind of work into my scheme here. And I think I'm gonna get a couple more pieces of something here and there. I've been thinking about getting a couple of copper pots too. And so, you know, slowly over time that will work its way in, but I don't just go out and buy it. It'll find its way here when it's ready. So yeah, so we have that little copper rooster, and then I found this adorable little just white ceramic tea pitcher. I'm a sucker for pitchers. I have little pitchers and stuff all over the house, but I like to drink tea, and so I like to have a nice hot pitcher of tea, or just have this for flowers or something like that too. So yeah, pitchers can be used as vases. And I think I paid like $5 for that, like super, super cheap. Okay, next thing I got, this was also at the Goodwill, was this wreath. And when I got it, it had a bunch of fake flowers stuck in it, so it was pretty ugly. And I paid $3 for it. But I like a generic wooden wreath like this because it's so simple, and then you can decorate it with some really nice like natural florals or, you know, greenery and things like that. So I'm definitely going to be incorporating this into something. I don't know exactly what yet, but because it's like a neutral thing, I think I can use it either as table decor or as a wreath. So I really liked that. And again, it was $3, so really, really cheap. Okay, so the next two pieces kind of go together, and they are art pieces, like prints, and I kind of have a little bit of a theme, or I guess artwork that I'm drawn to a certain style, and it usually has to do with some kind of old farmscape or cityscape from way back in the day. So for example, I'll show you this one that I really loved. That's this one here. Sorry about the glare. So yeah, this is like an old country store, and then back here is I don't know if this is a church or some kind of community building and houses, and so it's just like a nice little farm scene. And this is actually like a numbered print, so I have like one of the few numbered prints, and it's from an artist in Georgia. So I just really like that, and it's framed and matted, and this was $10. I mean, like, artwork for $10. You don't get original artwork from Hobby Lobby and Target for $10. Like, you just don't. So for the same amount of money that you're spending at those places, you can get something like this. You just got to look for it a little bit. So yeah, so I love this, and then I'll show you where I'm going to hang it, and you'll kind of see some of my other pieces that fit along this same theme. So this is another piece that I found. Here you'll see, you know, it's just, again, it's kind of one of those neat kind of country scenes, you know, and I just really like it. And guys, $109 at Goodwill. And I think the day I bought it, it was the green tag day, so I think I got it for 50 cents. And it's not in like the best, most fancy frame. It's in a plastic frame with a plastic thing, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, when I hang this on the gallery wall, none of the frames match. None of the stuff goes together per se, but it does go together because of the way it's done. So I just, yeah, so I have a lot of farm scenes or country scenes, and then I also have florals in between, like different botanical prints and flower prints, because that's what I like. And so yeah, I think if you just continue to gravitate towards the things that speak to you, eventually over time they all begin to work together, you'll see the common thread between the things that you gravitate towards and that you don't want to walk away from when you see them in a store. Like a lot of times you'll see me not ever get a cart or a buggy or a basket when I go somewhere. Like I only get what I can carry in my hands, and I really like, it helps me decide if I want it. Sometimes I carry it around in the store for a little while and I decide like, no, this isn't what I want. And then it helps me make up my mind. Like if I can't put it back down again, or if I easily can put it back down, then I know like it's not something that I need or want in my space or my life. And so yeah, I think that's just how I do it. I don't know if that helps anyone make decisions about how they design or do things in their home, but it helps me decide how I'm gonna do things. And it helps me spend less money if I don't get a cart or a buggy, because I only get what I can carry. And I really try to do this at a lot of stores, except for the grocery store, of course. But if I go into some place like Target, I don't get a cart because it's so easy to just pile things in and think you need all this junk, and it's most of the time you don't. It's excess. It's stuff that's drawn you in because of their marketing strategy, which is very, very good, by the way. They're very good at what they do. So anyway, so yeah, these were some of my hauls. Oh, and I need to take you over here into the corner for a minute and show you something I already put into place. So in the corner of my kitchen over here, this lamp, I got the base, and then I had to get the lamp shade and add that. But this base lamp, it is glass. I got it at the dump, like the actual trash dump. It's got a few scratches on it in some places, but it was just sitting there, and I asked the guy that runs our local dump, I said, hey, can I take this lamp before it gets broken? And he said, sure, take it. So I grabbed it and I took it home, and it was kind of dirty, and I cleaned it up as best I could, and now I have this beautiful, I think it's a beautiful lamp on my kitchen counter. And I just love a lamp on the counter because it just gives this sense of ambiance in the kitchen, and it's really cozy at night. And I just really, really love having a lamp on my kitchen counter. One of the other finds recently was I got 2 rugs on Facebook Marketplace. Both rugs together were $25. This is one of them, and I put it into my kitchen, and I think it's perfect. It suits my style. It doesn't have to be this perfect matchy stuff. It just has to go with your style, and I love this rug. It's not one of those expensive rugs or anything. It's a cheapy rug, but it fits my style. And so the other rug, I'm gonna take you in and show you that one next. It's in my bedroom underneath a leather chair that I got, which is also another find. So this is the other rug that I purchased in that package, and I love it because I got this leather chair recently at the Goodwill for $40, and I just love this little spot here where I can sit and read and just look out the window, and I just love this. And it's where I've also incorporated those 2 pieces there. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love sharing my antique and thrift store finds with you, and a lot of you guys really like to see this type of content too. So if you enjoyed today's video, please click that like button down below and consider subscribing. And I can't wait to see you next time here at Row & Co Farms.